dear. Hello, guys. I just want to apologise for the way I play my game sometimes. I do get really kind of upset and grumpy and peed off because certain things don't want to work out the way I want them to work out. It seems like, every time I go on the game, I'm never finding nothing, which is kind of unusual that when I watch other people's games, they're always finding tons of animals to, shoot and, either just collect for the credit or, for the trophy rooms or stuff like that, kind of thing. I know they do play, a lot of gaming and they edit a lot of stuff out. And that's why it looks like they're getting more stuff because they're playing like 2, 3, 4 hours of like, the games, and they're editing it out, all the crap stuff, and keeping the good content and joining those content together. Well, I don't play my games right now. I play them as they are. Like, I play it live, raw, uncut, unedited, and stuff like that. And I must say that it does get frustrating when you're trying to play a game to relieve that tension, that stress. Because I do suffer with mental health issues, and you need to be doing something with yourself to lower that stress level, that depression, that anxiety. So, I have got many things to do, like apart from coming back to do gaming, I do bushcrafting outside, but the weather's changing, it's getting cold, wet and windy, so I don't go out and do that. I do muck around with electronics. I don't have the technology, the technical ability to build something from scratch. What I normally do, I build project kits and try to mess around with those and to get them working in a different way, I suppose. Or I try to add to them and make them do completely different things. Because one of my other main hobbies, which I've not really been keeping up with, is my paranormal ghost hunting channel. That's where my electronics come in, because I build, like devices like EM pumps, different types of EM pumps. I build like static detectors. I build EMF detectors and stuff like that, kind of thing. I sometimes hack radios if I can to make them into like ghost boxes. Now, anyone only to the paranormal will know what I'm talking about. I used to do like practice art, but I stopped doing the art drawing. And I don't know why my camera keeps jumping up and down, so I apologise about that. Another technical issue I've got here. But with the gaming, I started gaming years and years ago. I've been gaming from I suppose 2012, 2013. And I used to game with a lot of people, but a lot of these people I don't game with anymore because they cause me a lot of problems, and I mean a lot of problems. I'm not going to mention people's names, but there was one person who caused me a hell of a lot of problems, and I no longer play them. I normally play on my own. If someone comes up to me and say, "Oh, do you want to play, multiplayer?" I don't even play multiplayer. There are games that I limit myself to, like the Call of Duty franchise. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Can't even pronounce it today. So I've not long woken up because I didn't get bed till like on 6 o'clock this morning. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Black Ops, Call of Duty 1, 2, 3, 4. Those kind of games. I have played Battlefield couple of times. I do have most of the Call of Duties and Battlefield games, but I've not played them all. I've not played Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. I've not played the new Modern Warfare. I've not played the World at War one. So there are games that I want to play, but not being able to play at the moment. I am trying to play more games on the Xbox rather than the PC. Because my PC, although it's an i5 10th gen and it's a GTX 1650, I still have problems with game graphics. Even at low resolution, when you go into the settings, you put it all low, I still have a problem with it. I'm having a problem with the camera flickering. I don't know why. Could be just the issue, it's not getting enough power through. I don't know. But there will be more games coming up eventually when I get around to finding the ones I want to play. And if I haven't got them, I'll probably buy them if I can get them cheap enough. Because funding, as we all know, is very hard at the moment, with the price range on fuel, food, clothing, you name it, everything's gone up in price. So, you got kind of like I do, I try to budget my money. Sometimes I lower the cost of my food shopping so I can put the money towards something that I want to buy. I was looking at buying another Xbox or PlayStation. But if I was, it would be second hand, like in cash converters, I had a PlayStation 4 for 99 quid. I originally bought my Xbox One from cash converters around about that price. They got one on Amazon for £128.99. That's the Pro version with a 1 terabyte. The one at cash converters at 99 is the standard PlayStation 4 at 99.99. So I was thinking either getting a new PlayStation. I've got a PlayStation 3 which I don't even play, or buying a new Xbox. I know the Xbox, the new ones, are around about £500-600, so I won't be buying one of those. It'd probably be one of the Xbox X or Xbox. I can't remember the other Xbox, but the ones which are kind of like above the Xbox One ones, kind of thing. But I thought, well, spending money on it, which you can't really afford. Why buy it when you're not playing that many games, kind of thing. There is a game which I've been looking at, the Way of the Hunter, which is similar, I suppose, in like, the way is the Hunter Call of the Wild. But, it's just the same kind of game, really, isn't it? You're doing the same kind of shit. I'm thinking, well, why spend that, big money for another Xbox or PlayStation and then spend out another £45-50 just for one game? And the DLCs for the Way of the Hunter is double the cost of the DLCs on the Hunter Call of the Wild. All right, how's it going? 250 quid. Yeah, I can get one at cash converters for the Pro one. The PlayStation 4 Pro at cash convert is like 189, and at CEX they're around about the same price. the Xbox X. What's the other one? The Xbox X series. They got two, haven't they? But in cash converters, the basic ones are around about 130, 140 quid. That's second hand. But on Amazon, they got the PlayStation 4 Pro 1 terabyte reconditioned for 128. But I'm thinking to myself, like yesterday, why spend the money, kind of thing, just for one game? No, the Hunter Call of Wild does the same kind of thing as Wild Hunter. I've got other games which are hunting games, not as good as, the Hunter Call of Wild, but they are kind of like hunting games, kind of thing. I've even got some hunting games on PC which I've not been playing. Like, I've got the Way the Hunt, not the Way the Hunter. I've got the Hunter Call of the Wild on PC, but for some reason, it don't want to play on the PC properly. It's kind of sludgy. It's blurry, and I don't know why. So, I sat back, by coming home, I thought, nah, I'm not going to buy another one. You see a lot of like consoles at car boot fairs, like the Xbox 360s, the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 1. And I think my PlayStation 3 I bought from a car boot fair from a Chinese couple who said they was actually moving away. And they wanted 40 quid for it because it's like practically, still new. They just didn't have the box. And it's sitting here in this room under my table. And I looked at it the other day and it's like completely, like covered in dust. So I had to get it out and like give it a clean up. But when I asked how much they wanted, they said 40 quid and it had games and it had a controller. They said they need to get rid of it because they can't take it back to their home country, which was China, because they'd moved back to China. So I kind of like and ahhed, kind of thing. I said, well, what if I buy it and it don't work? I said, oh, I swear, honestly and truly it works, kind of thing. Here's my phone number. If we don't, we'll meet up and I'll give you your money back. And you don't really get many people doing that. So I took the chance on it. I bought it home and it worked perfect. So, cost of consoles are coming down, especially when people want to get rid of their old ones because they want to buy the new ones. I bought 4 or 5 Xbox 360s, which all work, and they still sit in the living room. I was going to bundle them up and put them on eBay or Facebook Marketplace, which I will probably still do, eventually later. But I think like later on you're going to get like the Xbox S, Xbox X, and PlayStation 4s, for a lot less than they are now. And sometimes, you can get them cheap on eBay, but I don't trust eBay. I don't trust it. I wouldn't buy a console off eBay. I have bought computers off eBay. I bought a laptop off eBay. I bought a lot of electronics off eBay. But the thing is, you got to kind of like keep an eye out on the seller's feedback. So many negative feedbacks they've had within the month. How the seller is actually like communicating back to the person who bought items from them. Read the feedback from the people who are actually leaving feedback for the sellers. And I've noticed like some of these big companies, they get a lot of negative feedbacks because they're not giving, the truth, the answers, they're not giving refunds, they're not actually sending them, the correct parts or replacements and stuff like that. So I won't actually buy off eBay. I won't. No way. Well, at least you've got a working one, I'll tell you that for one thing, yeah. And I must thank you, Sarah, for helping me out on OBS. I have been tinkling around with it, and yeah, I deleted the Xbox and I got it back up. I don't want to keep bothering you. You know, I've been watching a few videos, but there's one thing that really pissed me off, and no one would help me out, and I don't want to keep bothering you with it. Now, when I was doing my videos on Call of the Wild, at the bottom at the hub, there wasn't no colour, it's just black and white. It shouldn't have been like that. And I've always, my TV, or something to do with the graphics, you know, it might be my graphic card screwing up or something here. Didn't know what I was doing. Last night, you know, I took the Xbox off, I deleted it, redone it, you know, gone through the settings and, you know, remembered what way you done it. And it still was there. And I thought, maybe I should delete, you know, format completely, remove OBS and redo it. I thought, no. In case I fuck something up, you know, maybe like you, if I'd done that, I'll be calling Sarah, and Sarah's going to get angry with me. You know, she's going to go at me saying, "Why did you format it? Why did you delete it? Why didn't you give me a call?" I just didn't want to keep bothering you. So last night, I was up messing around with the settings. Right, I was going through all the settings on top menus, trying to find out what the fuck was causing the issue with the Hunt of Call of the Wild, the little HUD at the bottom. You know, I've even gone into the Call of the Wild settings and messed around in there for God knows how long, throughout the last few days. Still kept coming up like that. I changed my TV over. It wasn't the TV. So again, I changed it back to the one I've got now, which is the Roku one. So I put my Android one on, and that kind of messed up all my graphics on the bloody TV. You know, not the actual graphics itself, but, you know, all my icons and, you know, my screen was enlarged, and, you know, I got it all back to the way it is. And I tested it like Call of Wild on there, and it still kept doing it. So I said, well, it ain't the TV then. So I changed the TV back over to the way it was. Now, on my other TV, I've got an option, which is HDR, high definition graphics or whatever it is. I don't know what it is. Now, I did find that if I got that turned on, that'd actually give me 1440 on YouTube. But I don't know why, but a lot of the gameplay I've been playing over the few days, you know, it's been blocky, it's been stuttery, you know, just having YouTube on just to see what it's like was like, fuck me, man, you know, what the hell was going on? Is it my computer fucking up, or is it YouTube? Now, a lot of people said that it seems to be YouTube, because even people with the higher end specs, right, high-end spec computers, are getting the same issues as I was. Now, you watch a few channels nowadays with, like, you know, high-spec gaming, they tend to keep getting like blocky screens and whatnot. So it ain't my end, it's YouTube end. So hey, going back to OBS, I kept mucking around with it for a couple of hours last night, and I was just about to kind of call it, say fuck it, you know, I might uninstall it tomorrow and reinstall it and try to start all fresh kind of thing. And down at the scene, at the bottom of the screen, you've got a couple of little icons down there. And if I load OBS up now quickly, turn the other TV on. Turn the other TV on. There's a couple of little icons. No, it happened before I even changed the TV over. I don't know what happened, but that's why I changed the TV over, because I thought, you know, it's something to do with the TV, and I calibrated the TV. I went through all the Xbox things that I could think about, you know. But OBS And what screen is it going to end up on? Probably this one. No, actually loaded up on the other screen. On the bottom of OBS, where you got scene, where you got the plus at the bottom, you've got two other icons right next to it, which is, pardon me, remove selected scene, and then you've got another one, open scene filters. So I thought, well, I've gone through the filters. When you go to Xbox and you go properties and click filters, there's nothing in there apart from the area and the resolution. So I thought I'd click on it anyway. And all of a sudden, you get this box come up and it's got like singularity, smoothness, key color, spell reduction, opacity, contrast, brightness, gamma. So I started from the top one, and I had the game running, and I moved each one over slightly, and you can see it actually doing something to the game. When I got to the key color, it was like high. It was like in over the 300-400s. I can't remember. I think it was like 350. So I started turning it down slowly, and I noticed on the HUD, on the game, Hunt Call of Wild, the hunt, the little HUD down the bottom where it's got your what's the name of your compass, and it shows you how many bullets and everything on there. So over the last few days, it's been black and white. But as soon as I started reducing the spill colour, I got it back to the way it should be on a Hunt Call of Wild. Now, over the last few days, I was asking people, if anyone knows how to sort that out. No one knew how to sort it out. Not one person. I could have asked you to come on and help me out, but I don't want to bother you. I want to see how many other people out there who use OBS would have been able to tell me. Not one person was able to come on to the side chat and say, click on that button, scroll down, and there's an option on there where you can turn up and down the spill reduction. I'm sure it's either the spill reduction or the smoothness, one of those two. And I fixed it myself without no help. So it wasn't the TVs, and I don't know why my camera flickers every now and then. And that's that one of the new cameras. It's not the Microsoft HD, because I don't know why Microsoft HD keeps getting blocked on YouTube and on StreamYard. I did actually have both the cameras set up on OBS. One for the actual Xbox gaming and possibly like PS3. And then I had this camera set up for the PC gaming. But as soon as I disconnected this one, as soon as I turned it off on OBS, this one, I just removed it. I thought, I'm only going to be using the one camera anyway. But as soon as I removed this one, the camera started working on live streams. But I still couldn't get, my HD Microsoft one working, even though I removed it. And, it still kept saying, camera being used by another program, even though I removed it from OBS. And because it still kept doing that, I just re-added it to OBS. I've done the filter, and it's, the weirdest thing with the OBS one, you put a circle around it, yeah. You've got two lines coming out from a circle, which I don't understand why that's doing it, but you know, you don't really, you kind of see it, but not unless you're looking hard at it. It's kind of like up in the corner, small camera size. So, it's just that no one knew how to like help me out with one fucking thing in game or on OBS, kind of thing. I've had people come on here, saying, oh, like, they're stuttering down to like YouTube, YouTube screwing up. Too many people streaming at one time, or whatever, kind of thing. Or it could be your internet, or it could be this, it could be that. And then I had a couple of people on saying like, oh, you know, this, that, and whatever, kind of thing. But last night, I didn't get sleep till, I didn't go to bed till like 6 o'clock this morning. But I'm glad I eventually got it sorted out. And while I was messing around with it, I did a quick 3-minute video test, and even the graphics started working better again. So what I've done, I don't know. I know you said don't fuck around with OBS, but that's how we learn, innit, kind of thing. Then we screw up, then we go to our friends to get them to help. And once you say what you've been doing with it, Steve, and I say, well, I've been fucking around with it, and you get the arse with it, you say, well, I told you not to touch it. Well, we've got to touch things to learn, haven't we? I just try to watch and learn people that are telling me how to do things, Like, I think I have, like, a touch of dementia. My mum's got it. My dad died of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. And sometimes I can't remember what I did yesterday. But when someone's teaching me something here, I try to, like, lock that in and not forget it. And when you were setting up OBS for me, which I'm really grateful for, I was actually like paying attention. But some of it just fucked up on its own. I don't know why. Some of the settings I didn't touch at all, and they just like disappeared on me, like the camera. That came off a couple of times. And like I'm thinking, well, hang on a minute. Camera's not a biggie, I can always like just go into settings and redo the camera, which I have done a couple of times. When I tried to do the game, I was on Steam last night playing the updated version of Miss Survival. My whole graphics on there have been like well knocked about. It wasn't my computer, is the online game, you knocked all my settings out. So I had to like get that sorted out. And I was playing, when you actually upload or download the update version of Miss Survival, it still keeps your saves game feature. But when I was in the same game feature, all my vehicles had disappeared. All of them. Now, to get into the new update patch, once you downloaded the game and installed it, just before you play it comes up with this other little box, some piece of graphic software that you need to install before you can play it. And once you've installed it, it tells you to reset your computer. And then once you reset the computer, you can actually play Miss Survival. So I went on there last night, and it's still got the old map on it. I thought, well, why's it got the old map on there? How do we know, where these new locations are, which he says there is? And I'm running around, like very slow because all my settings are out. Some of the settings don't even work. You can't sprint. I couldn't shoot because I had no bullets in my goddamn weapons that I had on me. I'd go into the settings and like physically put in the settings like, walk, run, jump, and other things in it, but I still can't seem to change the weapons over. In the settings, it's got none. It's got 2 lots of none. And I'm putting like, my weapons is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not one of them will work. So I thought, I'll carry on running around to see if I can find into these new locations. Couldn't find them. Even the empty kind of flat area, around the back of one of the big barns where you got those freaking weird creatures. Nothing there at all. And that's supposed to have something like some kind of new, I think, like residential area or something like that. Nothing there. So I thought, sod this, I'll turn it off. So I turned it off. And, I was doing like, YouTube search for anyone who's done some videos on, Mr. Survival. And I saw one person streaming. So I went onto his channel and chatted for a little while. And people saying, oh, you can still play your old game, your old save game, but it has screwed up a lot of stuff on it. All the cars are gone. If you want to play the new map, then you've got to start a new game. So I thought, okay, I'll give it a quick go. So I came off YouTube, loaded up my survival again, started a new game, and it kind of like put me in the middle of the field with a little hut, a busted up vehicle, and my graphics, man, was like total shit. It's blocky as hell. I couldn't walk hardly. I couldn't even get into my inventory. I couldn't do diddly squat. So I thought, you think I'm going to fuck around doing this at this time in the morning? No freaking way. And before I did go on the game and try, starting a new game on it, even the guy who was playing it was having issues. He couldn't put a spark plug in a car. He used the cheat option to get like the wheels, the battery, the engine and stuff like that. But as soon as he built up a car, he couldn't even start it because there wasn't nowhere to put the bloody spark plug. And he was using cheat, where you press plus 3 times on the right hand side of your keyboard, because he was using Superman. But even these games look shit. Even these graphics look shit. But on OBS, I've turned the audio down. I don't know, it's because I had like YouTube running sometimes and had the volume turned down instead of like muted. But I've got my audio mixer down to -35, and the Xbox audio is between -45 and 40. I did do a quick little test run last night, as I say, before I went to bed, and the graphics and audio sounds okay on that one now, I think. We're going to hear like it playing in a sec. There's one that kind of settings in the that's the one. Filters for test screen in OBS, and I'll put the damn thing to work. So it was in the morning or tomorrow after the black. And the graphics does look a bit better as well. It wasn't as blocky as it was. That's all I have got running on the screen. That's all I've got running. The webcam is on, but I've got no webcam audio because the audio is coming through this microphone. So I don't think that really matters if that's up or down or whatever. But the mic is there. I think last time we had it set was that up to about 25, and the Xbox was there. But I've turned it all down a bit more. The desktop audio is completely down, muted. So, those ones I've not touched. The PC games screen and audio would not pick up Steam for some reason yesterday. So I created a new one just to get Steam up and test out my survival. And once I tested it and found out the game was shit, I removed it from the actual listing. But all what I've got on there, like the PC console, the PS3 console is locked. The Xbox audio is on and locked. The Xbox itself is on and locked. PC games and game screen and casino game is all locked, but no eye kind of thing showing. There isn't anything else been hidden because I just clicked on unhide and there's nothing else there. If you like here, do you need my any view thing? If you want to, am I going to talk to you on? Like what I do is I lend this stream. Let me have control. I lend the stream, and I'll give you a shout on Facebook. All right then. I'll leave you to the key, the mouse then. The only thing I've got to do is my mouse pointer. And that chat kept disappearing. Why that chat kept disappearing, I don't know. What's happening there? You see black screen. The one on the OBS is on the other screen, the right screen, the one that it's usually on. That's the one you're moving the mouse on is YouTube. Do you want me to drag it over to this screen and then change YouTube onto the other screen? So that works. The screen there is on there, right? I have sorted that out. That's 1910. When I put the other TV on yesterday, it is way higher, like 3624, whatever it was. And it was really, really kind of like massive. Now, if you change my resolution on any of the monitors, all my thumbnails to my shortcuts are going to go everywhere again. So, but if you want to do it, do it. I'll just have to change them over again. If you need the resolution settings, oh, there we go. Just remember to put the resolution back after, please. Still got black screen. I have got a crash report come up on the other screen, and that's what's the name one? Let me drag it over. Hang on, let me drag it over to the other screen. Hold on. Might be better that way. And then my YouTube can go over there. And I'll drag that over there so you can see what that is. So I don't know what this is. I'll close it anyway. Right, can you see that screen? Now that is now on the screen that YouTube was on. I've moved YouTube over to the other screen. You had problems with that the other day, didn't you? No, I didn't close the program. The program's still running. It was a crash report. So send me another invite or request, because that I think that's what it was, a crash report through that program, any viewer. So that's what the crash report was. Because this screen here that you're on now is my main screen, I think. The other one's my second screen. Maybe there's something like, the audio wise, it could be something in the settings of the audio. I don't know. I don't really mess with the settings on the audio. I keep getting crash report on that bloody program. I'll leave it as it is because it sounds okay at the moment. Let's say that 3-minute one sounds a little bit better. But that any of you keeps crashing for some reason. But I'm going to leave it as it is because the mic audio sounds okay. And I don't like having the game audio up too loud. I know some people will turn around and say, well, I like having the audio up louder because you can hear more of the, the ambience of the game. Like, I'd rather have the game where you can actually just hear, the normal animals and not the fucking weird crickets and, frogs and birds and stuff like that you can't even hunt, So sometimes I turn the ambience down if it's got like an ambience setting. If not, I just turn the audio down on the game itself. Now, this is what I don't understand with some of the games, right? It's just released the 3 maps. How long ago they've been released, I don't know, but you got the Mississippi, you got the what's it called? Well, I downloaded Mississippi. I downloaded one of the coast ones. Actually, I've got it written down. New Zealand is done. Reno Tuli Coast, or whatever it's called, yeah. Been playing that one. What I'm doing is I'm actually, when I'm kind of like running around, I put down, what part of the map it is and what animals are there. So if I'm watching a video, or if I want to go to a part of the map and I want to find out if there's like whitetail there, all I've got to do is look on a map and think, right, okay, there's whitetail on that part of the map, that part of the map, and that part of the map. And I can just go to the parts of the map I want to go and shoot whitetail or bear or lion or whatever, Because I have been playing some of the old maps as well. I went back to Silver Ridge. The what's the name one I've been playing a little bit more is the Australian map. No, some of the maps I've only been on for like an hour because I'm not finding nothing on there. Like, there's one map which has got the Rami. I think that's the actual name itself. I've only fucking found one animal on there, and I was on there for like 2 hours. One animal found. But Silver Ridge, I used to play a lot of, and I mean a lot. When I first got the game, I was on Silver Ridge most of the time. And I'll tell you now, on Silver Ridge, can I find any animals? I'm finding the bison on there, but I'm shooting them and they're not fucking dying. I've got one of the better rifles that I've downloaded and paid for from the weapons pack, the AR one. And you got the other one, the 2050 or whatever it's called. And I'm using them and I'm shooting these bison and they're not going down. A couple have, but when you take a shot of them, they kind of like get a little bit spooked rather quickly and they turn and you end up shooting them in the goddamn backside and they run off and you chase them and some of these buffaloes or bison, they're so fucking fast you can't keep up with them. So I try to find out if I've got like a point a bit further on the map so I can like kind of like go back on them or like come at them at the front. But I chased a set of fucking like bison, I think it was buffalo. I get confused with them ones, bison and buffalo, But I was on Silver Ridge yesterday and I was chasing a herd of them halfway across the map. I killed 2 of them. I still had a couple injured, leaving a little bit of a blood trail. And suddenly the whole trail completely went. And I thought, well, they're heading for that lake. I've got a tent there. I spawned myself to the tent and they'd already gone past the lake. And I thought, how can I go past the lake, when I've only just spawned there? These fucking like bison or buffaloes or what the fucking are like Speedy Gonzales, like Roadrunner. Fuck that. It's a good game, but at least with the Hunter Corn in the Wild, the DLCs are only like £5.50. The Way of the Hunter, they want like 40 odd quid for the game. I think it's like 50 for the Elite one, and you only get a couple of extra things with that. And then the DLCs are like £8.50. You think I'm going to pay £8.50 for a fucking map? No way. I was having a little moan the other day. I was saying like, I know it takes time for the developers, to sit down and discuss things and make new maps and DLCs and stuff like that. But if you've got like 500,000 people playing the fucking game, that's at £8. That's a lot of fucking money, and there's a lot of money to people who can't afford to pay £8 for a DLC, kind of thing. No one, no one. There used to be a game that I'd love to play, right? It was a zombie game. Can't remember what it's called now. But they still got a version of it up now. They still got a version. H1Z1. But they had a different version, yeah. And, you pay for the game. It wasn't expensive. It was only like £4 or something, yeah. And then, like, after a couple of years, I just threw it in the bin. I kept the multiplayer, the H1Z1. H1Z1, yeah, that's it. I kept that one, but they let the other one go. And although H1Z1's still like playable, they've not done anything for it. People bought it off them, and even the people who bought them off them didn't do nothing with it. It went through about 3 or 4 different hands, and it never had no work on it, And people were like, I'm thinking, well, yeah, they track your map, they charge you for it, and then like after a little while they say, fuck it, we can't be bothered to update you anymore. Then, like, as I say, I know people got to make money, like with my survival, it's just like one person, Ratty apparently, and one that does like some of the graphic work. My survival used to be a really good game, but it keeps fucking around with it so much, and every time it's fucking around with it, it's causing problem after problem after problem with the graphics. I know he's gone on to like a different format with the game, but no, some old, this ain't really an old computer, i5, 10th generation. It still should play a lot of games, but this game's like, kicking my ass. I can't even get the graphics to work on it properly. If they, I'm not going to sit here for an hour, 2 hours, trying to, tune the graphics in on one game that is going to keep being fucked around with all the time. Because although it's updated, or it's put it into like a beta test at the moment, the new maps. It is bigger, a lot more map, a lot more, things to do in it. But it hasn't really worked out a lot of stuff in it. There's, all games are going to have a lot of bugs in it, yeah. But, I think really what he should have done was like, before released it, sat there and played it himself for, a couple of weeks and see what bugs there are so he can iron them out. And he hasn't done that. He's leaving it to the people who's running it and testing it to do the hard work for him. And in the day, like, report it. Some of these, like, bugs ain't being dealt with, There's been games I've played for quite a few years and there's still the same fucking bug in it. Like, with Hunter Call of Wild, for instance, yeah. There's still a couple of, like, little bugs in there, like with the trail. What there used to be with that is that you shot an animal, right, and leave a blood trail, and then you follow the trail, and suddenly, like, the trail will either back, kind of like come back on itself, and then disappear, and you can't find, where the trail is going to, or the trail, you shoot an animal, you get the blood trail, you get the trail going on, and suddenly disappears completely, and you don't know where the animal is, or it'll jump like you shoot the animal, you see the blood trail, you follow the trail, and you're thinking you're going in the right direction when you're not, because the trail disappears and ends up like fucking on the map a quarter-kilometre further on, kind of thing. And you think, what the fuck? I have tried multiplayer before on A Hunter Call of the Wild. That was when I used to play it a lot a few years ago. And some of them players on there, you got to be careful that you're not shooting animals near other players. Unless you can team up with a player and trust them, great. But I teamed up with a couple of players. I shot the animals, and they fucking came along and stole the animal and took the points. So really, I don't even bother with multiplayers on it. I just play single. Any game I play nowadays, I do single players if it's got single player on. I won't do multiplayer. I even played. Now you'll know this game. You've probably played it. Phasmophobia. That fucking Ghost Hunting one. I downloaded that. I played it on my own, and it was so fucking hard, man. I kept getting killed every 5 minutes. So I went on to a multiplayer, and multiplayer, different people I didn't know. Had a little bit of fun for about an hour, and that was it. And then a few other people that come on here that we know said, "Oh yeah, I've got that game." So just let me know when you want to play it. If I ain't got it, I'll download it and we can go on and play multiplayer. They didn't come on. They downloaded and went on and played with other people, but they didn't play with me. I can't think so. I thought, fuck yeah, I ain't gonna worry. So Phasmophobia, I don't even play. I paid for it, I don't play it. Like Sniper Elite, I used to like playing that one with some people. Don't play that one anymore. Daisy, the Arma 2 mod. Love playing that one with people, but people turned against me and caused me a lot of problems, especially health issues as well. Especially the person I thought was a good friend, and ended up doing nasty videos on me, and I had to take them to court over it. And that particular person, I never will say his name or channel, but he caused so much fucking hatred between people. He caused so many problems. I'm glad I don't talk to him anymore. I'm glad I don't play any more games with him anymore. Now, we had an issue with him about 4 years ago, and I stopped talking to him for 2 years. And then I went on to his channel and I watched some of the old videos, and I just left a comment saying, "Oh, I miss these," I kind of like trying to break the ice, trying to become friend with him again. I said, I just thought I'd pop on and say, yeah, I miss these kind of games, Shame it ain't like this anymore. Then he kind of like, yeah, Steve, let's get Steve, He starts talking to all his friends, saying, "Oh, Steve's coming back, And they give you a few weeks, maybe a month, to try to be all nice and polite here, and then shit hits the fan, and they're just nasty fucking people, And then when he started doing videos on me, I had to take him to court, which took longer because of the pandemic, and all the court cases got put back. And when he did end up in court, he got fucking let off with it. They didn't use the video content, which I was hoping they were going to use, so he would have been convicted, but no, they didn't show the evidence. all they done was showed some screenshots of text messages through WhatsApp, and because WhatsApp's been updated and it gets rid of all your shit from the past, that's now all gone. But I do have screenshots on the PC somewhere. But yeah, it was a nasty piece of work. It get people to argue, and do things on game with you, and and try to back away and pretend you weren't involved in it when he was the ringleader. And I don't care if you're fucking watching right now or not. Fuck you, pal. As long as I don't say his name or his YouTube channel, I'm okay with it. But, no, I just play like online gaming now by myself. I don't bother with multiplayer. No, if I go on any multiplayer, I used to go on like some of the Call of Duty Call of Duty games, multiplayers on there. And I'll just, go on with anyone, not with people I knew, just like random people. Ended up, getting slaughtered all the fucking time, As soon as I log on, like 5 seconds later, bang, I'm dead. Oh, fuck it. Now I need to respawn, bang. Fucking 2 seconds I spawn in, bang. Oh, fuck this shit. I've played like Call of Duty a few times, single player all the way through the whole game. I was doing it a couple of months ago, actually, playing Call of Duty again, but I never finished off playing it all. I still got it installed, so I can carry on playing it if I want to play it, but I don't bother. I like some of the war games, but so up here. Oh, my knees hurt. No, I've got most of the Call of Duties, like Call of Duty, Ghosts, Modern Warfare, Call of Duty 4 on Xbox 360. World at War, Black Ops 2, Call of Duty 3. No, they were on Xbox 360. I think there's one or two more over there. I've got some of the Battlefield ones on Xbox. No, on Xbox. Yeah, Xbox One. I've got 2 copies of Call of the Wild. This one's still sealed. This was one of the what's name ones. I think that was their first release one, and then they bought that the 2019 one. Now I actually got to 2019 before this one. I just wanted one of the original ones, and I kept it sealed. Some of the sealed ones might carry a little bit of value with it later. So on here I've got the Hunter Call of the Wild. I've got Star Wars Battlefront, which I've never played. I've got Battlefield Hardcore, Battlefield 1. I've got Battlefield 4. We ain't got Call of Duty World War on Wii, would you believe? I only got my Wii console out. So that's one of the other ones I've got, the Hunting Simulator, which I'll probably reinstall at some time. Evil Within, Homefront, The Revolution, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 5, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Battlefield Hardline. I actually picked that up the other day, but I can't remember what issue it was. I don't know if it's like Xbox or PlayStation. I can't remember. Star Wars, I've never played the Star Wars game whatsoever. But, oh shit, Hunting Simulator, that's another one I probably might start playing around on. I think I've got it on PC actually. No, I've got a couple of hunting games on PC. Got Gears of War on Xbox. No, I ain't got really many Xbox One games. Fallout 4, Destiny. I did see Destiny 2 the other day, but I didn't pick it up. Battlefield, I think I got 2 copies there, I'm not sure. And Tom Clancy Division. A lot of these I've not even played. Because when I did buy them, I decided to come off gaming for a while. I thought, well, if I do come back to start playing some more gaming, then I can start playing those later. Battlefield. But I do have, like, you know, a lot of the Call of Duties on Xbox. I've got it on PC, but the PC games are somewhere else. I've got some on PS3, Black Ops. Call of Duty Ghosts, Call of Duty 2, Big Red one, that's PlayStation 2. Call of Duty Final Hour, PlayStation 2. I've got Battlefield 3 on PlayStation 3. I was playing one of the Call of Duties the other day, but I realised one of the discs was missing. Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare. So that's 1, 2, and 3 on PlayStation. And Call of Duty Ghosts. And I've got 2 versions, 2 copies of Call of Duty Ghosts, Black Ops, and I think the other one is Advanced Warfare Day 0 edition. And I've not played any of those ones yet. I don't think I've played any of my Call of Duty games on PlayStation 3 as of yet. No, I've got like a Smackdown game that I've not played, and that's on PlayStation 1. No, I've got a shitload of games in with them, but they all, like, I boxed them up and put them away in the corner. But yeah, I want to start playing some more Call of Duty games because, like, you know, even with my paranormal, you know, I always used to like trying to communicate, like, you know, spirits from the other side, you know, who fought in the war, and they told you their horrific stories and how they died and stuff like that. And, like, you know, playing an actual war game puts you in that kind of seat, thinking, like, you know, real people did, like, you know, this gaming stuff, and, like, you know, it's only, although it's a game to us, it wasn't a game for them. It's real life. And just playing the game, you know, even called the Wild Hunting, you know, you get that feel that you're actually out there, you know, hunting an animal. Now, I know in the past, you know, people kind of like said, like, oh, you're hunting animals, you know, it's wrong, you know, I'm going to report you. What, report me for fucking, like, shooting a deer in a game, you know? It's not real, you know. I'm not out in the woodlands, you know. I ain't got a 2.2 fucking rifle or 356, you know, 355 or 354 Magnum or whatever it is, and you know, I'm shooting animals, you know, for real, just for the fun of it. It's a fucking game, you know, kind of thing. But you know, when you are playing the game, it sometimes put you in that kind of like feeling that, you know, you're actually hunting something. Although it's a game, it sometimes feels real, you know, kind of thing. If you see what I mean. You like it for the scenery. Yeah, the thing is with me, you know, I tend to run a lot in the game, yeah. And I'm always, no wonder I can never find no fucking animals. I'm always running around, you know, that's spooking them off. That's why I'm not finding them. But if I'm streaming, you know, I want to try to get as much content in on the video stream, you know. I know a lot of people will do a video and spend like 4 or 5 hours in game. And once they finish, they will edit and cut out, you know, all the boring parts, like, you know, running from part 1 to part 2 on the map and not seeing diddly squat. They cut and edit and put in where they're actually finding the animals and shooting the animals and collecting the trophies and all that shit, yeah. Like I was talking on my video the other night, you know, people play their game they want to play, you know. If they want to edit their game, they edit their game. I don't like editing. No, it's just too much hassle. It's just, you know, I don't know a lot about editing. Like, I had a complaint the other week with one of my car boot fair videos. Some woman got caught on video and she said, like, oh, I don't want to be on your video. She saw the video on YouTube and she messaged me saying, like, oh, you know, you got me in your video, can you edit it out? So I thought, well, it's going to be a bit of an issue. You know, I don't know how you do editing. You know, I wouldn't know how to do it. Now, normally I would take it, download it, the video, take it off YouTube, download it, and do it through VideoPad, and do it that way. But for some reason, I couldn't download the video from YouTube, and I didn't have the original because I deleted it. So I had to go on YouTube, and I eventually did actually get that clip out. You know, a minute. Well, it was only like 15 seconds, but I took out a whole minute just to be on the safe side. And I was able to do it. I had to put the video on private while, you know, I'd done it, and then like waiting for it to be kind of like go through the processing and, you know, wait for the processing to be done for me to actually release it back to the public and off on private. And would you believe, last week, which was on Sunday. Yeah, the last video I done, no audio for some reason, but I still uploaded the video, fuck it. But when I was at car boot fair, this guy on a store goes, oh, you're car boot Stevie, aren't you? I said, yeah. He goes, oh, I've sent you a message about, you know, you catching an image of my girlfriend. I said, yeah, I know, I got it. I said, did your girlfriend not read the message I sent back to her? I said, it's been removed. He goes, are you sure? I said, yeah. I said, check it. And he's practically calling me a fucking liar in one way. I said, you go onto the video and it's gone. I said, originally she said it was 14 minutes when she saw herself on the video. I said, I took hours, you know, from my time to remove that one little 10-second clip. And I didn't even delete a 10-second, I deleted a whole minute from before and after she got caught on camera. And I said, that wasn't my fault because my camera's always facing down most of the time when I'm doing like car boot videos. She just kind of like came around and bent down and got caught in the camera by mistake. So that wasn't my fault. So, you know, it's her fault for getting in front of the camera. But maybe she just didn't realise that I had a camera on me anyway until she saw the video. But either way, it's been deleted. So he goes, oh. I said, look, check. And he checked 4 times on his mobile phone. I said, It's gone. I guarantee it's gone. If it ain't gone, you tell me, and as soon as I get home, I'll do it again. And he goes, yeah, it looks like it's gone. Yeah. Puts his phone away and he gets out. He goes, oh, I think I better check again. 3 times he checked the phone on my YouTube channel. I said, look, mate, my phone's bigger than yours. I said, look, if you want to check on my phone, you can see it's gone. Yeah. And I don't know if it's her old man or his old man, because his girlfriend was in the car, kind of thing. He goes, oh, appreciate what you've done, mate. She don't like being on video, and all that kind of stuff. I said, look, mate, I didn't even realise she was on video until, she put a complaint in. And, she complained that she was on video. That wasn't my fault. She kind of, came around and bent down and got herself on video without me knowing. I would have even known it. She had put, the report in or the email, to me through the actual channel. I said, I don't do editing. I don't know how to edit on videos. I just come out, do a video, go home and upload it. But I took over 2 hours, looking on other people's YouTube channels and finding a way to actually cut that video out. And I said, she wasn't in there for 10 seconds. But to be on the safe side, I removed a whole minute from before and after she was caught on video. He goes, he goes, do you do videos all the time? I said, well, when I'm out, yeah. Oh, why is that? I said, because it's a hobby. People like watching people going around car boot fairs and, seeing what they buy. And if they're not interested in the person who's going around buying things, they're still interested in seeing what people are selling. And I said, I did say to him, a lot of car boot fairs are okay with people doing videos. I asked permission for me to do video in here, and I got permission. I said, even at the one where your daughter was caught in, which was at Rains Park, that's where she was caught on video. I said, I got permission to do videos there. So he's like, well, thanks for removing it anyway. And he had some games on there. I think he had Destiny 1 and 2 on there and a couple of other games. And I said, how much you want for them? I think he was asking 2 or 3 quid each for them. I thought, well, not a bad price, but I don't know if I got them or not, so I'm going to leave them. And luckily I didn't get them because I've already got Destiny up there. I don't think I got Destiny 2 though. It might be in one of my other boxes in the living room. But yeah. What channel was that then? I can't see the screen properly. I've added you as moderator now. Managing moderator. Now, there are a lot of channels out there with Corner Wild. If you watch the Hunter DD33, he's a guy, with a lot shorter beard than I've got. He's okay, but he's one who edits, a lot of these videos. If I'm going to watch a video, I know it can be, sometimes a little bit boring watching one particular guy, going through the whole fucking map, just running across the map. And, people want to see, the action, the guy shooting an animal and seeing if it's a legendary or albino or the great one or whatever. I've never caught a great one. Got a few diamonds. But I said, if people want to watch my videos, the way I play it, then great. If they don't, then they don't know me either, And yeah, I will moan and I will bitch and I will cuss. And if you don't like it, tough. That's the way I am. That's why I'm in real life, if something goes wrong, I will cuss. I'll moan and I'll bitch. Games are supposed to be there to help you, relax and, relieve some of that stress. Well, not for me. Some of these guys can be fucking stressful, especially when you're not finding no animals to shoot. Cats. They're supposed to be, there for, release stress. And these fucking little shit wherever she is. She gives me no fucking stress. Walked out in the hallway yesterday. She puked up 3 times out there again. And I think what it is, she's trying to eat too quickly. It's not like the hairball stuff that she used to be getting. You know, the mixture of hair and food. It's not that. It's just like chunks of food that she's been puking up. And that's because like she's like possibly like trying to rush it down her. Right, so I don't think there's anything you need to do with the OBS is there. So I'm going to go to the bathroom in a minute and make a fresh cup of coffee, and I'm going to probably stick Call of Wild on for a couple of hours. I've been doing it like a couple of hours each day, you know, like 2 episodes each day. I know I've had her since, I don't know how long I've been here. She gave me her. Yeah, she had to give me the fucking worst kitten, I suppose. I think I've had her about 7-8 years. And she's always eating the same food. I used to give her a lot of soft food. You know, mixed like soft and dry food. And, you know, when she was puking up, people said, well, don't give her, you know, the soft food. Just give her hard food. But I've still got like tins of fucking cat food out there. Which hasn't, I don't know if it's expired or not, but it's still out there. It's not like the whisker stuff. It's just, well, it is, but it's like salmon, I think it is, or one of those like fucking things, salmon haddock, whatever. I don't know. But I've not really been given the soft food because I noticed that when I was given the soft food, when she cracked, her fucking crap stunk. And then when now I stopped giving her soft food and she's eating like, you know, the dry food, still stinks out there sometimes. I'll have to check on the old cat food when I go to shopping again tomorrow, probably. I had problems with my Joy controllers. Every time I was playing Call of Wild later last week, this is my original controller. I bought a new keypad for it because my other keypad wouldn't work, so I lost the little dongle for it. But when I'm playing this, yeah, every time I press the X key, it kept bringing up the camera. So when I was like, you know, trying to press X on a trail, you know, like on an animal track, it wouldn't let me see what the animal was. It kept bringing up the camera. So I turned that one off. Then I used another one. This one, which I bought off Amazon quite a while ago. Same thing was happening. So then I tried another controller, which is up there somewhere. Still kept doing it. So last week I actually bought 6 controllers off a guy. This is one of the purpley one. Bought 6 controllers off him. All with the cables. One, there was some box ones, but the box were really crushed up. So I didn't bother with the boxes. There's a nice white one, clean white one there. They're all clean, you know. There ain't hardly any scratches with the controllers, you know, kind of thing. And I did grab an extra bunch of cables in case the cables were faulty, because on one of the boxes it said like damaged cable. But I asked him how much he wanted, and I think he was asking like 2 for £6. So I picked 4 out, and I gave him £12 for 4. So there's this purple one, another purple one with some kind of like graphic on it, a white one, and a blue one. So I paid him. I thought, even if they don't work, you can probably like get me money back on like spares and repairs. Even the cables are worth, £2 or £3 each maybe. So and I could always take them apart and sell like, the joypad and the buttons and stuff like that. Not just turned on the controller. So I thought I'll go and get one of the controllers I bought out there. Oh, actually, before I say that, after buying 4 of them, I went back and I picked up another 2 for a £5 with cables. And I didn't know those were going to work or not. And got them home, tested them all, and they all bloody worked perfectly. So because those other ones were giving me issues with the camera key popping up when you press X, I thought, well, maybe it's because the Xbox is synced a particular program, set into the controllers, and I don't know how to unsync them, so I thought I'll just go and get one of these from where I bought from a car boot fair. Pulled this one out, connected it up, not giving me the issue at all now. So I think what it is that the controllers somehow gets programmed into certain defaults where it gives you issues in game, and I don't know how to remove those issues from the controllers without desyncing them, and I don't know how you desync a controller in Xbox. So the reason I bought 6, because I thought, well, I've got, I think, about 4 or 5 Xbox 360s in the living room. I've got one here, which is under the table, because I don't think all my Xbox games will work on Xbox One, although the Xbox One's supposed to be backward compatible. But I think I've tried a couple of games in the past on the Xbox One and it didn't work. But they do work on the 360 because they're a 360 game. So that's why I've got one in here. I've got a PlayStation 3 in here as well. I've got one of the old big fat PlayStation 2s down there as well, but I'm not using that. That's just more being kind of like sat there. Because I ain't got anything to put the Xbox and the PlayStation on, so it's just more like leveling things out. I have got a second Xbox down there, but that's just like, again, like the old PlayStation 2. It's just like, kind of little mini shelving unit kind of thing. So that's that. Yeah. Right, so we don't need to do anything else with OBS, so I'll leave the OBS on that screen. Everything seems to be working at the moment after doing a 3-minute test run at 5:45 in the morning. It seems like the sound's okay on the Xbox audio. You can hear the animals and everything like that. You can hear me talking. So that seems to be okay at the moment. I did have one problem with the chat. Every time I click start, I never got the box up. I've managed to sort that out now. I've gone into the live video settings, clicked on there, and the box comes up that way. But if I do start streaming, it used to start streaming straight away. But when I went into the Xbox, when I went into the OBS live video settings, I realised that the top was on, and that's what was actually starting me streaming straight away. Now I've gone into the second one, create a new YouTube live video with these settings, and it works okay now. So I've got that working. The only thing I can't see on there is how to put a thumbnail in it, but I don't really bother about it because it takes about 10 to 15 seconds before it starts live streaming on YouTube anyway, so it gives me that 10 to 15 seconds. Go to YouTube, go into settings, and then upload the thumbnail and do whatever I need to do on YouTube. Yeah, at least it's sorted. That's the main thing. Right, well, thanks anyway coming on. I'm going to go, and I will catch you later on. I'm going to go and nip to the bathroom, make a fresh coffee. I'm not going on straight away, I don't think. Probably about half an hour. I'll watch a quick video or two on YouTube. Probably go on around about 4:30, 5 o'clock. So yeah, I'll catch you all later. Cheers. Bye for now.